Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome,
Greetings
everybody.
and salutations. I'm Louis.
I'm D-Matt.
And I'm Jesse.
Tonight, you're joining us for another underground episode. It's going to be something very much stream of consciousness. I'm not even entirely sure what we're going to be talking about tonight, so should be a good one. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Let's
Oh,
see how
yeah.
this goes. So, what's up, gents?
Oh, nothing much, man. Just,
Did you guys both watch the game last night?
yeah. I actually passed out with like 4 minutes left and woke up and was like, holy shit, the freaking Rams won, dude.
You fucking old man.
I fell asleep
God
in the
damn
third
it.
quarter.
Yeah. No, I passed out.
But I won $10. So.
Nice.
Oh, did you? Nice.
I had a buddy win some money. I was gonna put money on it, but I don't know anything about it, so I just stayed away.
That's the best kind of bet to make. That's like zero stress. It's just it's like
yeah. If the Bills aren't in the Super Bowl, I could care less. Sorry, guys.
Oh, geez, you're a Bills fan, huh?
I have to be. I was born in the Yankees and Bills.
Yeah.
And maybe the Buffalo Sabres NHL.
Did you catch any of the commercials?
I walked away, so I purposefully walked away.
Yeah.
Nope, I literally tune those out. Like, seriously, I'll mute the TV or walk away. I can't do it.
No shit.
I can't do it. Even the commentating, I mute it. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Really?
I agree with that.
I really can't. It angers me.
Yeah. The commercials are the best, man. Commercials are the best part, bro.
Yeah. Well, no, you know what? I caught a couple that were really funny. The one with John Legend was hilarious.
Yeah.
I thought that one was funny.
I think they actually spend more money on the commercials than like they do for like getting the Super Bowl ready or something. I think I saw some like.
Dude, did you see the fucking state? Did you see the halftime show? What it must have cost to build that platform that they were on?
Dude, so what do you think the halftime show was about?
I'll be honest, I only saw it come up,
first
and then
of all,
I didn't watch it.
Number one, it was kick fucking ass. Like, I thought the halftime show was awesome. When 50 Cent came out and he was upside down and he was doing like sit-ups and rapping, I was like, are you serious?
I didn't see that.
That had come with that.
Bro, it was great, dude.
That's hilarious.
Sick. But to me, when I was watching the whole thing go down, at one point it had to have been like, I think it was when Eminem or something hit the stage and he started doing like what was that Slim Shady song or whatever it was. I don't think it was that, but I don't know what song it was. But anyways,
it was a real
yeah,
you must have forgot or something like that.
But the crowd did something.
Forget about Dre.
Yeah, the crowd did something like unique, and like they all kind of started because they were all like actors or whatever, and they all ran into like these certain areas, and they were in these certain areas around the podium or whatever stage it was that they were rapping on, which I think like kind of. What do you guys think it looked like? I think it looked like similar to the White House. To me, it looked like
really?
House.
Oh yeah. Okay.
To me, it looked like the White House.
It was all white,
and it looked like the way the crowd was manipulated around the stage. It looked like a riot or like a protest, like around the stage. And what I found very like kind of.
Oh no!
I'm fucking sick. Why do I think of this shit?
But listen, I'm fucking sick.
Hey, I'm sick, bro. Listen, because it gets worse. So the you saw there was vehicles on the side, right? Of the stage. Right? So wasn't that like something, I don't know exactly, but it looked like the same type of president, JFK, the same vehicle he rode in. I don't know if it's the same.
The Lincoln.
Because it had the flags on the front and everything, and I was like, "What?
Get the fuck out of here!" Really? I need to go back. I wish you could. Can you pull this up right now? You should share screen that.
Yeah,
bro, that's crazy. Are you serious? You saw a Lincoln, like an old 19
the vehicles looked like it. I don't. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I wasn't there. I don't know exactly. But the shit resembles.
Well, shit, you'll notice a Lincoln, especially a convertible Lincoln.
That's what I thought of it because we covered JFK like pretty in depth. And when I was doing research, like the car was familiar. So when I saw it, I was like, holy shit, like that kind of looks like. Because when I thought of White House, I thought of presidency or some sort of.
There's a couple cars back then though that looked very similar. Shit.
Yeah.
I can't even think of them right now. Damn, what the hell is it? Can't even think. The Lincoln's definitely, it'll stand out that year, especially a convertible, because they didn't really make them convertible. I don't think that was a special made.
Yeah. So here,
kind of deal.
I'll share my screen with you guys, and we'll do this.
Oh yeah, Fox said he wants to bomb the podcast.
Does he? Oh hell yeah, dude. Let's go.
You want me to tell him to do it?
Yeah, do it, bro. We'll get a bunch of viewers in here, dude.
All right. Watching the stream.
So we got that up, right?
Yeah.
So we'll go here. We'll show this for
perfect
our viewers.
timing.
For those listening and not watching, he has brought up.
Yeah.
This is the halftime show.
Yeah, I got the volume down a little bit. All right. So you guys see this, right? So you see. Because the White House has like 3 sections. Don't get it twisted. Like when you see a
don't get it twisted, boy.
All you see is like the pillars, and you see that one main section, but it's actually branched off into 3 separate sections. Not separate. They kind of like channel connect to each other. So when I was looking at this, first of all, it looks like a house, right? Like it looks like stairs and stuff, whatever.
The White House, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we're trying to break stuff down like symbolically. And so it looks like 3 kind of main pieces that are channeled together like the White House.
That have little garages within.
So you see the car? You see the
Wait.
So let's pause it.
Shit.
We'll pause it. And look, it looks like it's in a city.
Oh shit, yeah. Oh shit. What the fuck, bro? I didn't watch this. Sorry, I didn't pay attention.
You're good.
Damn, that's mind blowing.
So far, I'm 5 bananas.
5 bananas.
Hey, bro, I'm like a quarter of a banana right now. You got me hooked.
I know.
Oh, damn. Okay, so I can't see the cars very well, but the one to the left.
Probably also like simulating L.A. back in the day. Like
yeah, I think that's like a
pop and stuff.
Bro, I think that's like a Capri or a fuck, dude, I can't think of the name. Yeah, because the front end is short.
Right.
The front of the car is shorter than a Lincoln. Lincoln's got a bigger engine.
That's what she said.
Right. Louis
yeah,
like,
baby.
I'm choking on bananas over here.
Dude, you got me hooked on that though.
No, that's I don't know. I was like looking at
and
it.
It's a house. It's a White House.
The thing that made me think of that stuff was because we didn't see it in the video because it goes on when Eminem comes out, but it was how the crowd like kind of moved around. It was like weird. I don't know. But maybe,
are they saying
obviously they're what choreography or whatever it's called? So
are they trying to say that there's the culture of hip hop is taking over the White House? Is that what's going on?
I don't know. I think the Simpsons predict everything anyway. So.
Oh shit. Okay, did they predict that?
No, but I do know like there's a scene where like Homer is on top of his house and he's got like a gun with him, and like behind him is like everything's on fire, and it has something to do with like when the new president got elected or something like that, and shit went crazy. Yeah.
Homer Simpson has a gun?
Oh yeah.
I need to watch that episode.
He even joined the NRA once.
Did he?
And they actually I want to say they like the neighborhood or the local gun club like revoked his privileges and took the gun from him because he was using it irresponsibly. He was,
of course.
Instead of like using a light switch, he would shoot the light out.
Right. Yeah.
Like
he's the very first Peter Griffin, really. He's the blueprint for Peter Griffin. Yeah, didn't he work at a fucking nuclear factory too? A nuclear plant?
Homer? Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's his day job. Peter Griffin worked at a assembly. What the fuck did he work at?
Hey, did you hear about the so this was going around, this could be like, like an edited video, but it was a video showing that the Simpsons predicted the Canadian convoy shit or whatever.
No,
I don't know
that's
if
not surprising at all,
you
though.
guys didn't see that.
No,
And then the Canadian
God.
president that looks literally like Justin
Trudeau.
and then you're like, what? And he like,
Well, the
he's
thing
trying
is,
to
how
hide
old?
from the convoy. I don't know. I'll
How
pull it
old
up now,
is? How old is the episode? Because The Simpsons is still airing, aren't they? Aren't they
there.
still going?
Yeah, they're on.
Bro, they're the
every
oldest.
week.
Yeah, bro, they're the best. I'm sorry. The Simpsons and South Park. They're the best. Family Guy's great too, but
Yeah, no doubt.
I haven't kept up with any of them for years. The last one, I think I was watching Family Guy and Futurama for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Futurama was awesome as well.
I never got into Futurama. I never really.
Loved it.
I mean, I would watch it kind of sometimes when it was on late at night, but other than that, it was. I don't know what was on. What did it run on? It ran on.
Fox, wasn't it?
I don't. Oh, was it cartoon? It was. What was it, dude? It was that. Shit. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Adult Swim, perhaps.
Yeah.
Adult
I don't know.
Swim,
I never
that's
really
it.
watched
That's it.
Futurama.
Futurama, yeah, Adult Swim.
Oh,
Rick
yeah.
and Morty's my jam.
Rick and Morty's.
Freaking
yep.
Morty, dude. I wish
I've
that
seen the
was
first
real
season.
life.
It is. What are you talking about?
Yeah, right.
There's those characters out there somewhere. There's
Insane.
infinite universes. Come on now.
Right.
They're out there somewhere. That was probably the crash of Roswell. Was fucking Rick and Morty.
Oh, that's hilarious. I'm trying to find this here. Hold on. Let's see what we got. No. It's all like news stations that are covering it. It's kind of like I don't want to watch that kind of videos right now. But yeah, freaking The Simpsons, man. Dude, they've predicted a bunch of shit, right? They have some weird stuff, weird 9/11 stuff. I saw that or whatever. They what else did they predict? Dang. Nothing off the top of my head, really. But I've seen a lot of stuff. I've seen a
All right,
lot
hold
of
on.
stuff.
Let's bring some of it up then.
Yeah.
If we're gonna talk about it, let's talk about it.
Let me bring some stuff up here. I'm gonna look up some stuff about the Simpsons predictions that have come true. One thing I did see that. Oh yeah, okay. So there wasn't there. Let me know if you've seen it or not. But there was one where Donald Trump was, I believe, elected president, and he's going down an escalator, and as he's going down the escalator, there's a person in the crowd at the level above him that like drops a sign, and then in real life there's footage of him going down an escalator and someone drops a sign like right behind him, and it was just freaked me the hell out, dude. Maybe
That
I
is
can
pretty
find
wild.
one.
You pay attention to detail. Like I've never met anybody that pays attention to detail like you. Like what the hell?
Right.
All right, so here are 17 Simpsons predictions.
Dude,
Or
there's
17 times the Simpsons
Mhm.
accurately predicted the future, and this is on time.com
oh my god.
in case anyone wants to look it up.
Like Time
All right.
magazine?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So in 1993, season 5, episode 10, Springfield, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love Legalized Gambling was the name of the episode.
Ah.
So Siegfried and Roy's tiger attack. That's what
Oh
they
yeah.
predicted.
Wait, they predicted that?
In 1993.
They
And
wait.
it
They
came true in 2003.
Wow. That's kind
I
of
thought it was
insane,
just a
dude.
parody.
So it says that after Springfield decides to legalize gambling, Mr. Burns opens a casino where German magicians Gunther and Ernst perform a routine, seeming to spoof the long-running Las Vegas Siegfried and Roy show. Tragically, a bit in which the animated duo is attacked by their tiger came to fruition 10 years later when Roy Horn was mauled on stage by a white Bengal tiger, leaving him partially paralyzed.
Bro, wasn't it a white tiger in there in Simpsons too?
Yeah.
It was a white fucking tiger, bro.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man.
All
It's,
right. So they predicted autocorrect fails. Season 6, Episode 8, Lisa on Ice, predicted in 1994.
Get the fuck out of here.
Came true 2007.
Yeah, iPhone came out 2007.
During a Springfield Elementary School assembly, Kearney asked fellow bully Dolph to take a memo to beat up Martin on his Newton, Apple's early attempt at personal digital assistant. However, the machine translates the message into "eat up Martha" instead, foreshadowing the common messaging errors people blame on iPhone's autocorrect technology.
That's hilarious.
yeah.
Dude, they did COVID-19 too. They did the injection shit with the
Yeah.
they did all that with cat fever or whatever they said. Cats were spreading it.
Let's find some other cool ones. Apparently they predicted FaceTime.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, they did. I heard
So
about that one.
I'm
I heard about that.
gonna I'm gonna
what are we
show
looking at?
you I'm gonna show you the Donald Trump thing I was talking about.
And then what's the name of this video?
This is Simpsons predict Donald Trump escalator. So this is in 2015, I believe, or whatever. And he's going down. But so this person, hold on. So he drops this sign and she drops that sign. Which is just weird. I mean, I don't know what to think of it, but thought it was like pretty interesting. I don't know why it's so blurry, but I've seen a clear video of it. But yeah.
That's wild.
I don't know. Could be like bullshit, but I've seen a much clearer video of it, and it was weird. They had them like next to each other. All right, cool.
Would you do the Donald Trump thing where he's waving down the escalator?
Yeah, and
Did you show that
the
one?
person with the sign or whatever, they dropped the sign
Yeah.
or something. Just thought it was fucking weird,
Dude, it's the Simpsons stuff is the weirdest stuff. And it's, oddly, I don't care what anybody says, most credible. It is the weirdest stuff. It's so accurate. There's no way that they don't have the guy that's producing this stuff. Somebody has to know something. There's a time machine somewhere.
So, I have a conspiracy that I want to talk about.
Let's hear it.
And I can't wait for y'all's input on this.
Let's hear it.
It was kind of talked about,
Okay.
and then it's like no longer talked about anymore. So, like the whole Kazakhstan, right? We all know that they went through some shit like a month ago, right? Or a little bit more, maybe a little bit more than a month ago, right?
Yep.
Right.
We caught
They
news
threw over their government.
that they threw over their government, right?
The overthrew. Yeah. Right.
No, like they actually like captured military vehicles and like
Yeah.
subdued like military personnel.
I actually brought it up the day that happened on the podcast with you guys.
Oh yeah, I
The
think
day it
I remember that.
happened.
Yeah. So I started doing some digging, right? And I started looking into the president that's over there. But he's no longer the president. And his name is Nursultan Nazarbayev. And so he's like in
Wait, no longer like so.
he's no
he's
longer
the one they overthrew.
He's the one that they overthrew. yelling. The crowds were yelling.
Did they do him like
"Get out,
Gaddafi?
old man"?
Stab him in the asshole.
No, they weren't. Were they really?
No, he fled, and
Why am I laughing
they didn't
like this?
even they didn't even know where he went, or there was no reporting of where he resided to, or anything like that. But here's the thing: so since 2017, 2018, Kazakhstan became really popular economically because they were the second most growing and biggest cryptocurrency miner in the entire world. Okay?
Right
Interesting.
behind China.
Really?
Right behind China. Okay.
That's really weird because Borat's from there, and you would never think.
So,
Great success.
yeah, Louis, correct me. So, what is an aristocrat, or what do they call those type of leaders? Or I mean,
Aristocrat.
is it aristocrat? Or is that
It's
So
an
aristocrat
aristocrat.
because I know I read something
Aristocrat
like that.
is
And
just like someone with like they're the upper echelon, like the higher class, right? Like they
okay,
have money, they have
Yeah.
status, and
yeah.
Aristocrat. Yeah.
they're like bougie and shit.
Are you talking about what are you talking about? Like a dictator or a dictator mixed with aristocrat? I'm confused where you're going with this.
No, I'm just I don't know. I didn't know exactly what it meant. And that's how all these publishes that I've been reading, they're all kind of describing him as something like that. I mean, I don't know the
Okay.
biased
Okay.
opinion of these.
It would make
articles.
sense because it's Kazakhstan, or
Yeah.
that would make sense though.
Yeah.
Anybody with any type of money or wealth there would be, bougie.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like a noble, right? So I'm
Right.
going to Merriam-Webster, so we're not giving false information here.
They're bougie.
An aristocrat would be a member of an aristocracy, especially a noble. So you could be an aristocrat by birth. So one who has the bearing and viewpoint typical of the aristocracy, one who favors aristocracy. I feel like you can't keep using the same word in the
Yeah.
definition like that.
It's too easy.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
believed to be superior of its kind. So
Yep.
yeah, the upper echelon folks, the bougies,
The bougies.
the
bougies.
bourgeoisie.
So what? Let's get to the
So-
meat and potatoes.
So there was a lot of discrepancies back and forth between this president and what he was doing regulation wise with cryptocurrency companies, especially there in in the heart of Kazakhstan. And he would manipulate power grids, and he would shut certain power grids down. It kind of like reminded me like when the Civil War, how like the North was taxing the South a lot more just before like they just went into war. Like Lincoln was taxing them at a higher rate because they didn't fully like agree on certain things. And that's where
That
the
might be a
North got-
bad.
I mean, that's like my analogy in a way, but he's
Please make a different analogy.
No, but that's a main reason why they also went into war, and then a lot of slavery, other stuff. But
Taxing cotton and
this is like where like I see like a leader kind of,
exports.
from what I'm reading, he's shutting down certain power grids that don't want to, abide by certain regulations that he was putting out for the cryptocurrency. Like, imagine. I mean, Kazakhstan is like that's a lot of stuff that they use there is based off of crypto. Like a lot of shit.
Really?
Oh, a
That's
lot of
incredible.
shit,
I
dude.
did not know
Well, it
that.
makes
lot of
sense.
shit.
It has value throughout the world, so why not use it? Especially if you're
Why
the
not
one
third world
creating it.
countries? That doesn't make any sense to me.
But
It's technically a third world country, right? I mean,
It's a developing country. It's probably second world, you might say.
really, I did not know. Sorry,
I think
that's
because of the infrastructure and their use of crypto, I think
that's
they've graduated.
crazy. That's nuts. I had no clue.
Yeah.
Typical American.
So what's his name, Nursultan, the ex-president, he had a huge movement, and his progressive movement was towards a global currency called G Global, and he wanted to be the one to establish the first global currency. And when
Did
you
he
look
forget
in,
that Bitcoin already existed?
so right, yeah. So it says here, it says
Right.
G Global Business Portal is developing a new cryptocurrency which is based on human intellectual potential. Um, Consultating Marketplace, under the leadership of Dennis Tyrso, is engaged in a complex of works aimed at a modernized um, enterprise in a real sector of the economy. And they kind of like go through this and talk about how like it's gonna revamp the central banking system and all this shit. And that made
Question:
me,
Good luck.
yeah.
Does Kazakhstan have a central bank? Because I know
Let's
there's only a couple
see.
countries that didn't,
Let's look it up.
A very good question.
and any country that doesn't is usually frowned upon by the rest of the world
Yeah, I would say the only
as
countries
as
that
being
don't.
crazy. I know North Korea doesn't.
Yeah, that's because
Um,
they're not export. What is North Korea exporting? What kind of goods are they supplying the world with? There's no.
nothing, but they're not even being allowed. Even if they wanted to, they wouldn't be allowed.
Yeah, I heard something about North
So
Korea recently about they produce more. They produce a lot of something. I can't remember what it was. Shouldn't even
Yeah,
brought it up.
so it
But
says here Kazakhstan has a central bank. It's
okay,
called Kazakh Central Bank.
so
Um,
any if he was trying to fight the central bank and revolutionize
yeah, yep,
that, that's a good reason to get rid of him.
yep.
yeah, yeah, no doubt.
Is that the theory? That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Well.
Yeah,
That's sounds like
it,
Stevie
it
saying the
could
same
it,
shit.
it could be. Yeah, yeah. It was never really like no one really talked about why the people did what they
Revolution,
did. Yeah,
right?
they didn't
Is
talk
Well,
that
I
about
your
it.
think
theory? That's your conspiracy theory,
Yeah, I
Stevie?
think it has something to do with like the economic system over there and what they're trying to do
Can I
to
tell you
get
what? Can I tell you what I was told?
what. Yeah, let's
So
hear it.
Adam Curry went on Joe Rogan the day or week when it was happening, and he was saying that there's actually a railroad that runs through Kazakhstan from Russia to China, and there was it was done on purpose via the Biden administration.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how that makes any sense, but this is what he said. This is what Adam Curry said. This is his
the
words.
CIA
Something,
backed
yeah,
kind of deal.
yeah, something like that. Probably exactly that. And he was saying that they did it on purpose to disrupt the trade between Russia and China. And there's a trade route that runs, and it wasn't. It's not that it's even built yet. It was being built in there. It was being built. So that's what he said, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense too. Your theory makes a lot more sense, though.
Well,
To
I'm
be honest,
I'm thinking like if I
It could
was,
be a combination.
I
yeah,
mean, right? Yeah,
but
It's
what would,
possible
just a
that.
convenience that it's both happening. Yeah,
Go ahead,
yeah.
Stevie.
have you heard of the other like other conspiracies about Kazakhstan that basically it's like the headquarters of like the Illuminati, and it is.
No.
Oh my gosh, dude, you haven't heard?
Nah, man,
So I mean,
dude, you went
I gotta
down a
look up some.
fucking rabbit hole, didn't you?
Okay. Well,
Jesus.
before we jump deep into that one, so I also like the anatomy of a revolution, right? Like
Mm.
like Stevie had already brought up Kazakhstan. If this dude's in there and he's playing favorites and he's doing dirty tricks to try and get people to fall in line, right? That's the beginnings. That's the beginnings of
What up? What
revolution.
up,
Like
Fox? What's up,
you've
bro?
seen it like throughout history, right? You talked
Yeah.
about the Civil War, U.S. Civil War in the South, that they were getting taxed unfairly. I'm sure what they felt was unfairly.
Hmm.
Just like just a parallel to what we have going on currently in our country, right?
Right.
With certain mandates for people to get done,
Discrimination.
right?
Discrimination.
And if you don't follow our rules, then now all of a sudden you can't work, or you can't go here, you can't go there.
Yeah.
You know, you see people around the world finally standing up a little bit right now, though. A little bit more. Because they're
Yeah.
like, okay, we're sick of this shit. You know, you
I'm
can't
totally.
just take all our civil rights away from us and make us fucking do whatever the fuck you say. Then all our ability to be human is gone. We just have to, we're led by a dictatorial government. Agreed.
Right. Did you kind of like makes me think, did you well in the Super Bowl commercial there was one like some COVID-19 sensor bullshit. It was like some COVID-19 like
Oh,
Terminator Alexa or whatever the
Christian
fuck.
showed me that.
Dude.
Oh yeah.
Dude, what was that? Bro,
What? Yeah,
was
it's not me and
that?
Christian were like, what the fuck is that?
I didn't see that.
You didn't see
Oh
that?
my god! It's this
I
little thing that pops down,
I
right?
barely
This
watched
little
the
thing.
news.
It looks like
Brother.
a CO2 monitor or a smoke. It looks like a
Yeah.
carbon monoxide detector, and then it's got this thing that pops down. That's like, you are positive. Your home is positive for COVID. Your fucking home.
Yeah.
The hell is
That's
that?
insane. Here, I'll play it right now.
It
for you.
detects COVID in your home. Bitch, there's COVID everywhere. What the fuck are you talking about? It's everywhere. Coronavirus is everywhere. All the time. It's in your gut right now. You have thousands and thousands of viruses in your body right now. That your body it's just natural. I don't get, man, people are just being brainwashed. This is a simple thing of education, just miseducated. Misdirected.
So here, check this out. We'll play this. So this is the COVID commercial.
Okay.
Whoa. What is that?
Who is this new device?
That's what that
I'm
is.
Q, and I'm here to protect the family.
Hey, that's my job.
I'm a smart home testing lab. I'm fast and super accurate.
Please be negative.
Don't worry, I got this.
Whoa! Shh, they're coming.
Yes.
We're really warming up to you, Q.
Just wait till you see what else I can do.
So,
Just wait till you
Is it-
see what else I can
Bro, is it-
do.
the question
What
is
the
is it a personal? Is that what she said? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Bro, is it a test that you take on your your body, or is it for your house?
I don't know, man.
That's
I don't
fucked
know.
up. Fuck.
I don't know, brother. What was that? What was up with that? Oh, it's kind of just scary, dude. Like it's just the censoring and the monitoring. It's like, damn, how deep is it gonna get? Like, how far is it gonna get? It's
Was the Bible say something about when people cry out for peace and safety, or peace and this is what it's been.
That's when sudden destruction then comes or whatever.
This
And
is
that's
what
kinda
it's
like
been.
Reminds me about in an episode we covered like how like just like the generations just keep like, and then soon there will be probably the last generation.
Bro,
You know?
this totally ties into the Universe 25 a little bit too. Like it's been bothering me a little bit. I've been like making more comparisons every day about what Louis said, comfortability.
Yeah.
I just see today I was driving away from a job and I see a guy, he's driving a nice truck like mine, but much newer and nicer. And I'm driving behind him and I'm seeing he's just driving, talking to his wife. I was turning and I saw him. He's talking to his wife. He's looking at houses in the neighborhood. I was coming out. I just totally gauged him because of how he was driving and what I saw. He's so comfortable driving under the speed limit the whole time. And he's just talking to his wife about like where they're going to live. And I just saw them they were house shopping, window shopping pretty much. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I just totally was like, oh my God, it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying people that are comfortable are vulnerable like that. You know what I mean? In so many different ways.
Yeah.
And it changes you. I don't know how else to say it. With me too. I see that type of stuff and I just think about myself and I'm like, where am I comfortable in life? And how is it affecting me? I don't know. I just thought I just had to say that. It's just crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely bonkers.
So that commercial like made me go down another rabbit hole. And I tried to look up like COVID-19 like sensors and stuff and patents, and you go to like Google, you can type in Google patents and you can try and figure out like, stuff that's real. And there's a patent that came out in 2020, and there was a couple other patents that came out in 2020. But this patent inventor is Richard A. Rothschild.
And,
that
sounds familiar.
So this talks about it says it's a system and method for testing COVID-19, and there's a lot of like other stuff that I saw that this was patented or this was introduced in 2015, but then there's some fact check stuff that kind of like kind of like disproves it in a way, but there wasn't really a lot of context. And so,
well, if you read through some of the patent and stuff, I think it definitely probably could be used for COVID-19. I mean, that's what it says, like that, the patent and stuff. But it also specifically, as you're reading it, it says that it is used to detect viral infection.
right.
Sounds familiar. PCR test, yada yada. Yeah,
Oh, no,
they try to do that.
lost.
Oh, is he meditating again?
He's
Louis,
in
no!
deep thought right now. He's in deep thought. Sorry, Louis will reconnect here in a second.
Look how cute his face looks right there, though. Look at him. He's a cutie pie. Look at him. Wonder what he looked like when he was a kid, right?
Yeah,
He was a sweetheart, huh?
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, there he is. There we
You're
are.
good. All right. As you were, sir. Oh no.
Oh. Oh man.
We have some interference.
Interference. Bengals.
If you don't see those titties in 3.1 seconds.
Wait, what?
This guy. No, Fox. Fox is in the chat. He's
Here we go.
he's trolling.
Oh, here we go. Is he really? Oh, Jesus. Tell him to shut up. Can you hear me?
That's all right. It's all right. He's cool, man. He's cool.
Yeah, well, he's out of his damn mind is what he is. I should have never told him. I know he's a wild one. All right, are you with us, Louis?
Yeah, he's here.
Yeah, I'm back. This is frustrating as hell.
That's okay.
My stuff keeps dropping.
You're there. Let's go with it. Where were we at?
I'll try not to say anything important.
But so this
That's going to be difficult.
This is the abstract of the patent. It says it's a method is provided for acquiring and transmitting biometric data of the user, which consists of vital signs, etc., where the data is analyzed and determined whether the user is suffering from a viral infection such as COVID-19. The method includes using a pulse oximeter to acquire at least a pulse and blood oxygen saturation percentage, which is transmitted wirelessly to a smartphone. To ensure that the data is accurate, an accelerometer within the smartphone is used to measure movement of the smartphone and or the user. Wow, that's kind of scary.
Well, that's basically
that's like tracking your steps, or whatever.
Well, it's trying to figure out whether or not your heart rate's elevated because you're sick or because you're jogging.
Right, right. It says here
you could just be watching something and your heart rate will elevate. It just sounds a lot like the PCR test. It's deceiving. It's deception.
Well, it's just gonna put more people in fear and stuff. But then the last part says here, depending on the specific requirements, the data changes there too, and or the determination of the data can be used to alert medical staff and take corresponding actions. What the fuck?
Well,
wonderful.
My question is, when would you be given this sensor or a
Right.
monitor.
I
Like
know.
when you show up to the hospital and they give it to you, or like
I don't know.
Can I ask you guys a question?
It's part of booster number 4.
It's like a whole new birth certificate. Think of it as like a whole new birth certificate, and it's got to be some
Yeah.
sort of new process because of the new system that's
Jesus
in place
Christ.
because of the
That sounds
chaos of what
sounds
was
about
going
right.
on. And it's like
Can I
there's
ask you guys
almost
a
a
question?
point where there's going to be led to be
No.
like there's going to be no decision you can make, or else it's crazy.
I'm really curious about this because you guys are in the thick of it, especially with just you guys. I have no idea. I could never imagine what it's like to be a paramedic. Could never imagine. I've heard stories. Sounds very intense. More intense than even a nurse. And I've heard nurse stories too. I'm not putting down nurses, but I'm just curious. Would you, both of you, this is to both of you, would you follow some of the ridiculous protocols they had during COVID? Would you follow the respirator protocols and they are low on oxygen, so just automatically put them on a respirator? What do you think about that? Like, would you just go along with it even though you knew it wasn't right? Or what would
Like-
you do as a nurse?
If we were nurses?
Yes, if you were a nurse, what would you do if you saw that?
So here's the deal. Like, you have protocols and rules, shit you have to follow. Like, you can sometimes there's leeway as far as like if you take the steps, like you don't have to just start with a respirator. You know what I mean? You take steps to do stuff, but like it's your job. If you're going to do the job, then you have to follow the rules that are provided.
Someone
You know what I
sounds
mean?
like they're in the military.
I'm just saying. Like, if you don't want to follow those rules, then you need to fucking leave.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's it. Like, there's no
Yeah.
like you can't stay there.
I'm out of here, guys. See it? No, I'm just
That's pretty much it. Like, you can't just stay there and go rogue and do whatever the fuck you want.
absolutely not. Yeah, you'll go to jail.
Exactly. So I
Yeah.
mean, and there was that one nurse that actually got arrested. Did you hear about that
For faking
administering the COVID
saline,
shots?
giving saline.
Oh
instead
no,
of
she did
COVID
really.
vaccines.
Yeah, something like 200 shots, I think.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
But she got
The
arrested.
question is, why did she? Is she just crazy, or why did she do that?
No,
what about
she-
you? You need to answer the question now, Mr. Steven.
So I think for her, like, she did it because she was opposed to the vaccine.
Of
mandate.
course. But
So-
was she crazy, or did she actually see and experience heartbreak or people being injured from the vaccine? Or was she just assuming that it was bad? You know what I mean? Like, was she just like some quack that was like,
You
oh,
can't say it was some quack. I mean, she might have just taking a moral stance against it.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Well,
what I'm
still, like, what
assuming.
if there has been shown some efficacy from the vaccine. I hate that I'm saying this right now. I want to I want to choke myself for saying this right now. But I don't know the truth of it. These people that go in to get the shot, they really are afraid and they're scared and they want some type of protection against
Right.
this, probably because they have CNN on too much, MSNBC, yada, yada. I can go there. But the thing is, that I don't know. I'm going to get off of that because that's crazy. I never heard that before. But I wanted to know from Stevie if what he would do as a nurse, unless you don't feel comfortable answering the question. What would you do as a nurse and you knew that the protocol was killing people? You knew in New York, let's say you're in New York City,
And
and the protocol was just to put them on the ventilator now. There's no other therapies that you're going to use. Put them on the ventilator, and that's your protocol. You don't do it, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's hard because, like Louis said, like there's a lot of protocols that we have to follow, and those are standing orders. So like standing orders are as if like the doctor that you work for is standing right next to you, telling you exactly what to do, right? So we're just like little henchmen that are out in the field basically doing his job for him and
His bidding.
Yeah, and the tough part is that even though
Not his bidding. Sorry, I didn't mean it to sound like that.
Well, like, even though we think something shouldn't necessarily take place in the medical field. It would be malpractice and maybe negligence if you decided to do something with your own thought and not reverting to like whatever protocol it is that you like needed to follow at that time. But to talk about you know, ethical things in the medical field, do I feel like it's an ethical thing to put someone on a ventilator? I don't think it is, unless it's something that really needs to take place. What was
And
going on?
what
was
would
going
that?
on in New York was that, well, one thing that doctors do and respiratory techs do is they like to take patients' airways aggressively because they want to try and reverse what it is metabolically in the body, you know, and it's that in that case it's going to be low saturation. So if something's around like 86%, if something's around
Oxygen.
like 85%, and
You
it's
talking about oxygen?
yeah, and it's not really getting better with you know, other therapies, then they're going to take your airway, you know what I'm saying? They're going to, you know, give you hypnotics, and they're going to, you know, give you paralyzing you know, drugs, and they're going to knock you out, and they're going to intubate you and put you on a machine that's going to know that
Right.
they're going to get their saturations up, that they're going to, you know, keep these perfusing ratios in check. But at the same time, these doctors should understand, which I don't think a lot of them do. The respiratory techs, I know they do, but they should know that it's a high fatality rate when you're putting someone on these ventilators. It's very high. It's like over 70% of a rate that once you go on it, you're going to die from
Right.
some sort of complication. If it's some sort of fluids getting, you know, built up in the lungs, if it's some sort of you know, tension issue where like now, you know, you pop a lung, which is very common, you know, with ventilators, because when we breathe, we're supposed to breathe with a negative pressure, not a positive pressure. So when a machine's breathing for you,
Involuntary. Yeah. Yeah. Right.
they're supposed to fill at a different tension, I guess.
And that's what happens when you put on a respirator. The machine is actually pumping and sucking, correct?
Yeah, you get a lot of, well, not sucking, but because what it does is just it ventilates and it shuts off, and then your gravity at itself will allow you to exhale.
What about your
So-
diaphragm? Doesn't your diaphragm have a play in
The
exhale?
way it's based is based off of weight, and it's based off of a calculation that you put into the machine, and it produces a certain tidal volume for you. And then that may, you know, they may have to adjust that because it all depends on, you know, they want to get to a certain number in the, you know, oxygen saturation range where they go, oh, okay, well, we did this, we got the sats up. Did they necessarily like correct the underlying issue? I don't know, but I know with COVID, like a lot of people, the sats just wouldn't come up. You know, like the sats wouldn't come up. But you know, that's what was going down in New York, and they were following protocols because they were going through the NIH. You know, the NIH protocols were talking about how, you know, this is how we.
Yeah, they were
COVID.
killing people.
You know, they needed to treat.
They were killing
COVID,
people. I'm
you know,
out.
Right. But then they got
Apparently
into. Then they started getting into, you know, like remdesivir and stuff, which is another drug that they started to experiment with in the I think it was Ebola.
Ebola. All right, let's find something else cool, less depressing.
Yeah, you're right. Dude, let's talk about that mind control article you sent me. So
Oh, the
this
Rockefeller one?
Yeah. So that's a college in New York, right? College in New York.
Rockefeller.
I think I got it right here. I'll pull it up.
Radiogenetics.
There we go.
I apologize. I have a child's bladder.
All right. So at rockefeller.edu, this is an article that I found. It's a couple weeks ago now, I think. But the title of the article is this is the Rockefeller University. And it's their Seek, I guess, is their online magazine or some shit. But the name of this article is Flipping a Switch Inside the Head. And then the sub is, with new technology, scientists are able to exert wireless control over brain cells of mice with just the push of a button. The first thing they did was make the mice hungry.
Yeah. I saw
So
that.
this, yeah. So the,
Yep. Oh shit.
Oh, man.
Oh no.
But anyways, just to piggyback off that, this was this scientist. His name is Jeffrey M. Friedman, and he does a lot of studies, and he works at the Rockefeller University in New York. And he would test on small rodents, just like kind of like Universe 25 stuff in a way, like what
There
we
you
just
are.
kind of got done doing. But yeah, he would perform, mice studies and everything, and like Louis said, the first behavior manipulation I guess they tried to do was make them hungry and kind of
Right. So the scientists, what they, hopefully you don't lose me again. So they used molecules that were already in use in the cells for other purposes, so that the body wouldn't think if anything was abnormal. Basically, make this whole new thing like invisible to the body.
Oh wow.
Shit.
Hmm.
He's frozen again. Come back to us, Louis.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this Alex Jones actually brought this up.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, absolutely. Over a year ago. Over a
Wow.
year ago. Yep. And I believe it's the same study. It's
Really?
absolutely
Dude, this
mind
kind
blowing.
of like technology is very interesting.
Are you there? He's there.
God damn it! This is
He's back.
I'm so
It's
mad
okay.
right now. I
That
don't know what's
sucks.
going on. I'm gonna have to reset my router or something.
Hey, you
Yeah.
gotta
Show
switch
feels
off
like
the DSL, man.
So you were describing how neurologically, I guess. What were you saying about the how they make it work, the sensors or something?
okay. So basically, they use they used molecules that were already in the cell, right? So
Mm-hmm.
stuff they call it ferritin. Essentially, it's a bunch of little iron particles, right? That are already in this in the system, in the brain, in the body, and um, the remote control for this is they said it's a modified welding tool. A store bought magnet could also work.
Hmm.
But
I'm
so
wondering if it
the
like would trigger a hormone or something that would release or something like that and make them hungry.
well,
Had to.
so what they call it, they have this a ferritin particle,
Mm-hmm.
which is essentially each ferritin particle carries with it thousands of grains of iron that wiggle around in response to a radio signal and shift and align when immersed in a magnetic field. Right? So you can use the magnet, you can use the radio signal, and so everybody has these little iron particles inside of us, right? shimmying around and doing their thing. But what this their normal functions and stuff don't cause us to have any specific emotions and stuff. Well, when they exposed these ferritins to, I'm trying to find what frequency it was.
Interesting.
465 kilohertz. It caused the hunger emotion in the mice.
I wonder how much that is compared to like 5G or something like that, or the strength of the frequency.
Well, 5G. Let's see what the 5G frequency is.
Let me see. Pull this up.
I think the frequency depends on the strength of 5G, right?
Let's take a look.
I think they can go to any frequency they want, is what I'm saying.
It says 5G operates at frequencies of about 28 gigahertz. It says.
Yeah, up to 54.
Where to go?
For low band 5G, the frequency usually ranges from 600 to 900 megahertz.
900 is what I heard from Verizon. Verizon was saying they'd be 900 plus when they first came out with 5G. So there's a rat study done on that. That's pretty disturbing, but
Okay.
So
All
they were
right, so
using this
not the-
frequency to vibrate these iron particles, in which the iron particles then stimulated
Hunger.
Very interesting.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's super cool. So that article is from 2014, I
The
think.
possibilities.
Sorry, this one's 2017. But there's an article that came out again, Rockefeller University, called "Radiogenetics Seeks to Remotely Control Cells and Genes." And it's essentially like the precursor to they're related articles.
Gotcha.
And so it's like they've been working on this shit for a minute.
No doubt.
And have we ever talked about graphene on here?
Dude, oh my gosh, you just read my mind. I was just about that. This is making me think of the graphene sensors, that we talked about before.
If you don't know, if whoever's listening or watching don't know what graphene is, it's an atomic scale. It's like a nanoparticle, right? It can be used to make all sorts of things, like super strong elements that aren't nano size. Like,
so it is
you can make all sorts of stuff out of it, but it can also be like injected and so like be used as nanotechnology inside the body, right? And I can't remember where I saw it. So it's carbon, right?
Yeah.
Not iron, but like I've heard that graphene also. I need to find it. I don't remember where it was when I saw it. That it
Graphene
responds to radio signals as well. Like certain frequencies can cause it to take different shapes and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard graphene described as stainless steel as well, which is really weird.
Well, there's
it's
probably different types of graphene, but graphene oxide is what I'm talking about.
Right.
Graphene oxide, right. And that's what has been found in the vaccine as well.
And I think
graphene oxide.
Has it?
Yes, absolutely. Japan was probably the first to
so
find it in the vaccine.
Graphene oxide has been used
Pfizer
as
specifically.
a adjuvant, I believe is the word.
That is the word. Yep.
Graphene oxide can be used as an adjuvant, which an adjuvant essentially is the delivery method for vaccines, or for anything. But it can be used. It
I think
can be and has been used as an adjuvant for delivery of vaccines.
I might be wrong about this. You'll have to Google it, but I believe the adjuvant is actually what boosts it, what gives you more of an immune reaction to provide the vaccine to make your body produce more antibodies. Pretty much, it's designed. Adjuvants are designed to have your body have a more of an immune response. Pretty much, right? Am I right about that? I don't know.
I have
I
no
thought
idea.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought I heard from that as well. Which
So
is
right
just
here.
weird.
So
Why would
this
graphene?
is a article here from PubMed.gov. It says effects of graphene oxide nanoparticles on the immune system. Biomarkers produced by raw 264.7 and human whole blood cell cultures. But this talks about how, like you were saying, how it's meant to, it does something with the immune system, some sort of response, I'm assuming. But I know a lot of vaccines today are going to like some sort of nanotech, and there's a bunch of different nanotech. There's the graphene nanotech, there's the lipid particle
Yeah, right.
nanotech, which is, you know, kind of crazy too. And it's all meant like a delivery system, like Louis said. It's got to somehow get through the membranes, you know, that it's got to, you know, in order to diffuse or whatever, and get into the cell. But I think probably everything's going to go like to genetics. Everything's going to go to like this software style type medicine instead of you
Right.
know, the normal, hey, you know, here's some antibiotics, or here's some of this. And it's like, no, here's a gene editing code that makes you never
Yeah.
ever have this again.
Yeah,
You know, or
right.
something like
What's
that.
it,
Right. Can we talk about Charles Lieber for a second? Just for a second. We're in the thick of nanoparticles and
What's that?
Who's Charles
that?
Lieber? All right. Well, while you're freaking out, I'm gonna go pee real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna wait for Louis on this. Let's spitball
Yeah.
on some other shit.
But yeah,
Because Charles Lieber is really important to me. He's very important to me because I saw, and I can't remember where it was. I can't remember if it was Alex Jones or I thought I saw him on headlines being arrested by the FBI. But I'll get to that when Louis gets back because he needs to hear this. This is really important because it has everything to do with, it has, Stevie, I'm telling you right now, has everything to do with graphene oxide and nanoparticles.
Yeah,
That's
this
what
could
it is.
be like the thing that is the flip of a switch, because like, since we're talking
He did
about,
not take a piss that fast.
hey, he's right out. He just walked right outside. Hey, but since we're talking about this nanotech stuff real quick, and the graphene and everything, and talking about how scientists are doing studies, you know, manipulating animals and honestly doing some sort of mind control shit, like, is it possible in the future, maybe like 50 years from now, that like that's just how they kind of get us all? It's just something that becomes part of the human system or whatever, you know, like the merge of technology and humans, the transhumanism agenda.
Transhumanism.
You know,
Yep.
kind of crazy, man.
All right, so Louis, you're back. There is a transhumanism movement going on, and
What it is 39 degrees outside, and I'm freezing my butthole off.
what? It's 39 degrees out right there?
Yeah.
No.
It's cold, man.
No way. Dude, it's nice here.
Oh yeah,
I've
he's
got
cold.
my
That's
little heater in here,
crazy.
but I started feeling cold, and I'm like, wait a minute, let me check the temperature. My
That
little heater
doesn't
is
make
not
any
cutting it.
sense.
All right, so who's this dude? What are you saying?
Okay. I'm pulling up. I'm trying to pull up. I'm gonna spitball. You guys can Google him if you want, whoever's listening. Charles Lieber is a professor out of Harvard University, and he specializes in studying nanotech or nanoparticles specifically, not just nanotech. But he was arrested by the FBI in, I believe, January of 2019 for lying to the FBI. He was under investigation by the FBI, and he lied to the FBI about his involvement with China, specifically the Chinese government. And he was given money and he lied about the money he was given. And the money was given to him because he was obviously at a prestigious college where he had all of this platform to use and whatever else he was using to study nanotech, nanoparticles. And his main study was on graphene oxide, really, and more than that. But yeah, graphene oxide was one of his big ones that he was studying. And he was arrested right when the COVID-19 outbreak happened, which is just like, this is my conspiracy theory rabbit hole that I went down when I first saw this. And I saw this randomly too. And I read if you can go on to what's the government website that shows everybody's arrest, when you're arrested by the FBI or whatever, you can go on and see what they're arrested for.
Probably like a
What
public record.
the hell
or
is that?
something,
It's a public record,
some sort
but
of
it's
archive.
it's a .gov. It's one of them. Can't remember. But regardless, he was arrested for lying. And then, of course, the COVID-19 was suspected of coming out of a laboratory in Wuhan, China. So it's just like putting the puzzle together. Charles Lieber being arrested for, and then Japan. So this is really where it gets saucy, is Japan found, of course they were suspicious. A lot of doctors in Japan were suspicious of the Pfizer, I believe specifically Pfizer, the vaccine from Pfizer, and they put it under a microscope and looked at it, and they tested it and they dissected it, and they found a steel. They found steel
Yeah, and
in
they had to
the
they
vaccine.
disposed millions of doses.
Millions of doses.
Right, they did.
disposed
They just got rid of them.
after over 500,000 people had been jabbed. So it's a really fucking crazy story. But Charles Lieber, look him up if you. I mean, he was a professor at
crazy.
Harvard, and you know what? When he was arrested, they found that there's a program in the United States for Chinese students, and you get benefits and money and whatnot if you're a Chinese student from China to study at Harvard. And there was a whole actual conspiracy that was pretty much being dropped now that was funded by the Chinese government, and there was students over here that shouldn't have been over here studying what they're studying, and the Chinese government was pretty much infiltrating Harvard.
Oh, wow.
It's just a shit
know,
show.
Man. It's I don't know.
Graphene oxide, though, that was what Charles Lieber, we were on that topic. That's amazing because that's what is popping up now. It's like,
yeah,
what can you do with this stuff? Like, what does this stuff really do? It's insane. I guess you can do a lot with it.
A lot more than we realized.
Not even just that too, but like let's just talk about something that's like not so much of like a conspiracy is the freaking Neuralink. Like they're gonna put a microchip that's fused into your skull with then prongs that go into your little brain, in these little areas.
Filaments.
It's crazy. What if like everything's what if, we're all connected to the Internet of Things and like we all become super, super smart. I mean, cyborgs.
You guys ever watch Stargate?
The movie, the original movie,
The show.
one of my favorite movies of all time.
Great movie. But you ever watch the show?
No.
Couldn't do it.
One of my favorite shows of all time. I don't know that I've seen every episode, but I've seen damn near every episode.
Jesus.
Like even off the spin-offs even.
Yeah, I was gonna say they have a ton of spin-offs.
So there is one planet that they visit where do you know the Borg from Star Trek?
Yeah.
I
know you're talking about.
They're all like essentially neural linked together, right?
Yep.
They're like a hive mind.
Yep.
So on this planet, everyone there is there's like this mainframe computer that everyone, they're not really, it's not exactly a hive mind, but they're all jacked in, right? They all have this little device that sits right here, and it provides them, instead of having your phone,
Right.
it provides them all of the everything, right?
Yep.
Like
That's Stargate, right?
Yeah, they can download essentially the entirety of human knowledge that they know of into their brain. But there's, I guess the place where they live is surrounded by a force shield, and the atmosphere outside of it is all fucked up, but it keeps shrinking. But no one inside realizes that it's shrinking because the computer keeps changing everybody's memories.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So every time like the population or every time the force shield starts losing juice and it has to shrink a little bit to maintain itself, it sends one or two people out to die and so that the population can shrink and
Population.
so that the force shield can shrink.
Wow.
And then it changes, like people that were married or no longer married, or like family members disappear and you never even remember that they existed, kind of shit.
Oh my
The
God.
computer just does it all on its own.
Talk about the Simpsons predicting shit. That sounds spot on.
Yeah. So
Wow.
Bro, what if
But
it is
that-
possible that they could control our minds in the future? Before we break here, I gotta share this with you because this fucking freaked me out. This happened right when you, Jesse, sent us those videos of what was it, band.gov or band video or something, and it was
Band.video,
it was
maybe.
it was the music videos of it had to be what, like the 80s or 90s,
Oh,
about like the 666 mark of the beast or whatever. But
grocery store.
hear me out. So I'm watching the video, right? And I walk into the studio and freaking I flip the light on and the light shuts out and 4 breakers shut out, right? In my house, right? And I was like, what the hell? My mom came over and was like, hey, what happened? And I was like, I don't know, like maybe we're sharing the breaker or something. And, we were, but it shut the kitchen off, which is not connected because it goes to my bedroom and then the kitchen. But anyway,
Someone was using a blow dryer.
yeah, right. So that happened, and Brittany comes over and she goes, "Hey, babe, so I wanted to tell you my dream."
Oh,
And I was
Jesus.
like, "Oh, fuck, here we go." So she said, "Yeah," and I remember I woke up and I told myself I need to tell you like in the or the next day or whatever. So she was saying that in the dream she was not here. This place wasn't like our home and everything. This was all gone and we were somewhere else, and it was a different vibe. And she said that that I was trying to force her to do something and to
Anal.
like, right? But like
Don't do it.
Do it.
But
Do it.
she said that I was
Do it.
I was trying to tell her to like be a part of something or to like take something and like this is the only way or something. And she's like, "No, what are you talking about?" And she's like, "This is what you said not to do or whatever."
Oh,
And-
shit.
And sh-
Oh,
and
shit.
I'm like, and she said that the way I was acting was like I was like hypnotized and like
Oh, shit.
I was trying, like I was like some zombie.
Oh, you look like a zombie. Look at your eyes right now.
Like
I know.
golly, dude.
You're scaring me.
And she's like, I'm grabbing her, and she's like pulling away, and she's like, no, like this is not the way it was supposed to go, or whatever. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I was like, hold on. So I said, okay, hold on. And so I pulled up a cartoon that I showed Louis the other day, and I was like, and it's called The Smart Mark. It's a Netflix cartoon or whatever, about how like these people in society get this smart mark, and the person who runs the technology of the smart mark is called like the number one, and he like induces like protocols to be sent out, to like users that have the smart mark, and they become like zombies to where like they're like hypnotized for a second or like mind control shit, and they go out and they do.
She said this to you?
She said this to me.
Get the fuck out of here.
No. This is what I showed her, but she said that yes.
Oh my God, dude! I thought you were saying that she said this to you.
No.
I'm like, dude, it's spot on, bro.
So I'm showing her the episode, and she's like, yeah, like that's what it was like you were you were yourself, but then all of a sudden you weren't you anymore, and like she was freaked the hell out. But
What's that?
Yeah, I bet.
Divergent, the Divergent movie.
Oh, the Divergent, yeah.
My
Dude,
girl
I-
loves those movies.
I would never.
There's like
fucking
3
take that
Divergent
shit.
movies. The Hunger Games and Divergent series are actually not bad series movies. They're pretty good.
But I gotta close it out here, boys. I gotta work in the morning, man, and
Close her on down.
yeah,
Oh, puss.
yeah. But
Oh, he called you a puss.
I know,
I
right?
did.
You gonna take that? Are you gonna take
I'll
that
take
from
it. I'll
him?
take it right on the cheek
Ooh,
in a second here. In a couple
not on the
minutes.
chin, but on the cheek.
Just sit on your face.
All right. But we appreciate everyone tuning in. Thank you, everyone on Twitch. It was awesome having you guys here watching the stream. Anybody listening in, appreciate you too. Go ahead, follow us on all of our socials. We're on all platforms pretty much. Just look us up, The Wise Men. We thank y'all, and we appreciate everything. See y'all.